Mike, Sports, Vibes. Thank you for vibing with me. Doc Rivers is at it again. Doc Rivers is at it again. I look at it like this, Doc Rivers. You got to take responsibility for why we lost in the second round again. And what he said about Joel Embiid, I agree with some of the stuff, definitely. He was saying that the number one thing that Joel Embiid has to do is this is what he said. He said he has to be healthy in the playoffs, and this was the healthiest, but he still wasn't 100%. Number two for Joe is he got to make all his players better in the playoffs, and Joe, his numbers are unfair because he's really, if you look at his numbers in the last 3 years in the playoffs compared to his regular season numbers, they're not very good, which is a fact. But of that is due to a lot of that is due the first year I had him, he hurts his knee. Facts. The next year he hits his face and tears ligaments in his hand. Yeah, I remember that against the Toronto Raptors, and we had the game, and you kept them in the game. That's the coaching. You should have took him out. I know that was a freak injury, but dude, when he got hit in his face and fractured his orbital bone or whatever in his face, you should have took him out. We was up by like 19 points with not that many minutes left to win that game, but you kept him in the game, and he got hurt. I remember that. All right, so it did ligaments in his hand. Okay, and then this year he has a knee injury, and he was never the same once he came back this year. So health is number one. And I 100% agree. That's the one thing about Joel Embiid. He cannot stay healthy. As much as you want to say how great he is, availability is the best ability, and we need our MVP of the regular season to be healthy and be that same MVP in the regular season. We need that to be in the postseason, in the playoffs, because at the end of the day, that's when it counts the most, is in the playoffs. All this regular season success is okay, but at the end of the day, the Heat made it into the playoffs. They was a play-in team, barely got in the playoffs, and they was in the NBA Finals. So what's that tell you, man? So also he said then the second thing is Joe, and he has the ability. I stayed on him daily. He has the ability to make his teammates better, and when he does it, if you look at our games this year when he did that and dominated, hard to go away from Joel Embiid. Okay. All right. Okay. It really is. He's just got to do that consistent basis, not just on the court, but also off the court. Just be around your guys and spend time with your guys and let them know how much you love them because they love you. Oh my gosh, what is he? All right, and so I thought that Joe, in the 3 years, you can see the growth there. I think we forgot how young he is. We also forgot his first 2 years he didn't play, and I'm telling you, that sets a tone. Like when you miss 2 years and you're sitting there all the time and you get used to not playing in games, that sets the tone. Ben Simmons went through the same thing. Now you bringing up Ben Simmons. I don't want to talk about Ben Simmons, man. I don't want to talk about Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons shouldn't be in the same conversation as Joel Embiid. There's an actual superstar player we're talking about, Joel Embiid, even though he didn't show up in the playoffs. And we're talking about a player that quit. He just quit on the team. I'm not saying he doesn't have mental health going on, but Ben Simmons quit on the team. We not kind of, come on, man. What did he say? He said Ben Simmons went through the same thing. He missed the first year. Okay, whatever. All right, so what else did you say about Joe? Got that. You need to play. All right, so he said, Joe, you can play tonight, and now he's up in games, and so he's doing that. He's crossed the barrier. The next one will be making his teammates better. When he does that, it's going to be hard to stop, and I think he will do it. I just think we forgot his age and forgot how we started in this league. All right. So look, all right. I get what you're saying, Doc Rivers. I agree with the number one thing and then making your teammates better. I do agree with that. All right. So as a coach, you have to put your players in the right position to capitalize on and cover up some of their weaknesses. You didn't really make no adjustments, man. You didn't make no adjustments in the playoffs, in my opinion. You didn't start Joel Embiid and Paul Reed at the same time to switch it up. When the Celtics did what they did and they started the two centers, you should have switched it up too. You should have changed up something, man. We had him in game 6, and then game 7, I just think the team was just like, this guy. They just gave up on you, Doc. There's a reason for that, Doc. There's a reason why you set the record in the NBA history that you lost more game 7s than any other head coach. There's a reason for that, Doc. You don't make the adjustment and you're stubborn. You're a great coach overall, but be real, though, man. Let's be real. When you won it with the Boston Celtics, you have Kevin Garnett. You had Ray Allen. You had Paul Pierce. Hold on. Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, am I missing someone? Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen. You had a squad. Oh, and Rondo. You know what I'm saying? You had a squad, bro. And even though Rondo was young, and even though Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen were on the back of their prime, back of their career, they still were great players. They covered up a lot of stuff that you was doing, bro. They covered up a lot of stink that you was trying to do. And they won regardless of what you did. I'm not saying you're a scrub at coach. You know way more basketball than I would ever dream to know. But some of the things is like you just don't adjust to anything. You don't like to play young players, man. That's a problem. You got to mix veteran players with young players, man. But I hope that you talk to Joel Embiid and try to talk to him about this, because I just feel like you're coming out with all this and it seems like you're making excuses for what you didn't do as a coach, because you're part of the blame. Yes, you're going to blame Joel Embiid and you're going to blame James Harden for what they needed to do. But at the end of the day, my guy, you were the head coach. You can't blame Sam Cassell. You can't blame nobody else but you. You're the head coach. You're the boss. And you didn't make no adjustments to their adjustments. Boston Celtics made their adjustments. You didn't make no adjustments. Didn't even try. So I don't got nothing else to say. I just feel like Doc Rivers, you need to take accountability, man. That's my biggest thing. I feel like you're just coming out with this. Just take accountability, man. Like and subscribe if you're a Philadelphia 76er fan. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate you vibing with me. If you're a Philadelphia 76er fan, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. I know it's the off season, but we just getting warmed up. We got a lot of things to talk about. And I hope that the next domino that falls is either Tobias Harris or James Harden. It's going to be a fun off season. And we definitely about to go live and talk that talk. I'm out.